What is going on, everybody? I am the FD Guru, bringing to you guys a Monday MLB edition of my DFS podcast. We had 8 games on this main slate this morning, but the Reds and Angels game has been postponed. The field isn't ready. There's no rain around in any games tonight, but as we know, that hurricane washing out California in Los Angeles. I don't know if you guys saw the footage of the Dodgers field yesterday. It looked like it was on an island. There was water surrounding it. It was crazy. Clearly, the Angels field isn't ready to go tonight. That's why they canceled it. The other 7 games are good to go. There's no weather. We would have had a 4-game after-hours slate. Now we have a 3-game after-hours slate, which is still good. Anything over 2 games on a slate, I'm pretty happy about. We also have 2 games at 6:40 Eastern for that early slate. I'm giving it to all Twitter subscribers. You can subscribe via my Twitter profile or my X profile. I'm having a hard time calling it X these days. But tonight's slate is nice. There's one pitcher you can spend up for, really, but there's some really, really good value. We're going to dive into the Braves, the top team to stack tonight. Huge favorites against the Mets. And we're going to dive into the Cardinals, the second best team to stack. So give this video a like, guys. Let's start off this week nice. Had a great golf weekend. The GBP lineup I put on my site cashed in. Had huge personal lineups that I cashed in on. And we have college football starting on Saturday. So going to get our first taste of football season in just 5 days. Excited for that. But let's focus on baseball for the time being. So going into pitcher, you could go with Luis Castillo. He's extremely expensive, though, $10,700, but for good reason. He's had a great year, 3.2 ERA. Didn't have his best stuff in Kansas City last start, 9 hits, but he still went 7 strong. His Ks were down, but he's had some really good strikeout performances this year. So if you do have the money to spend up, I don't hate Castillo. He's really the only expensive pitcher you want to look at. Montgomery is a little too expensive in Arizona. James Paxton too expensive in Houston. Dollar for dollar, I can't believe I'm doing it, but I'm looking towards the Oakland A's pitcher, Paul Blackburn. He's cheap, $7,800. He's had a pretty decent year outside of a couple blow-up games. He's, believe it or not, the Athletics are a favorite tonight at home against the Royals. A pretty good matchup. Yes, the Royals have been hitting the ball lately. It's really just been Bobby Witt, who's been playing like a superstar. In general, this Royals team is not too threatening 1 through 9, so I don't mind Blackburn. He's projected almost 30 fantasy points. At $7,800, he really needs just 25 plus. He's looked really good in 3 out of his last 4 games. 43, 43, and 55 fantasy points. Coming off of a great start in St. Louis. 3 of those 4 games, 7 or more strikeouts. He even got 28 fantasy points, that game before that streak. So, he's had some up and down starts this year. More ups, though, than down, and it's a great matchup tonight. I like Paul Blackburn. And then if you want to go even cheaper, this is a serious guy we could be looking at tonight, and that is the Atlanta pitcher called back up, Alan Winans. I think that's how you say it. Winans, I don't know. I haven't heard someone actually say his name yet. He's a young guy. $6,500. He is a huge favorite. The Braves are going to give him run support. The Mets have been kind of hitting lately, but I do expect him to be okay tonight. $6,500, all he needs is 15 plus fantasy points. He's done that in his 2 starts. Last start, against the same team, he has the same matchup as he did on August 12th. It's the same Mets team. The only difference here is now he's at home instead of on the road. On the road at Citi Field, 58 fantasy points. The guy absolutely crushed the Mets. There's no reason not to like this man tonight. The Braves, I think, are like minus 200 favorites. I don't know if he's a cash game play. I still think I like spending $1,300 more to get Blackburn on the Athletics. But Winans should be on your radar tonight. He is massive value. You'll be able to stack all of the expensive Braves bats. Definitely something to keep your eye on. For value, I'm certainly looking at Blackburn. I'm looking at Allen Winans on the Braves. Going into the infield, I'm doing 1 infield play and 3 outfield value plays just because I like the outfield a lot tonight. Tommy Edman, the Cardinals lineup is already confirmed. This has the second highest over-under on the night behind the Braves. The Cardinals are a great team to stack. They're minus 120 favorites against the lefty Bailey Falter, 5.86 ERA. Edman leading off, can play shortstop, second, outfield under 3,000 on FanDuel. Very valuable piece for your lineups. He's versatile due to those 3 positions he can play. Switch hitter, stole 2 bags last game we had him. Outside of, the 3-game skid or the 4-game skid, he was extremely hot. This is another great matchup here tonight. He could get 5 at-bats as a leadoff hitter. I do like this value play for the Cardinals. Going into the outfield, we're just doing two Braves and 2 Cardinals. Again, if you pick Blackburn or you pick Winans, you'll be able to stack 4 Braves in your lineups tonight. Ronald Acuna, most likely going to be in all of my lineups, even at 4,800. He is projected the most runs, the most fantasy points over any other hitter tonight for good reason. You got David Peterson, 5.5 ERA, lefty-righty matchup. Again, it's like a 10 over under. The Braves are huge favorites. Acuna is just so good. I'm going to pick him whenever I can, especially with this matchup. 331 average, 21 homers, 74 ribbies. The guy has a ton of stolen bases, too. I'm pretty sure he's got over 50 stolen bases. So, he's just one of the best. There's no reason not to like him tonight. The only reason why you wouldn't pick Acuna is because you're spending up on Luis Castillo at pitcher. Second place, sticking with the Braves, Marcell Ozuna has been, really good for the Braves this year. 250 average, power numbers are well. There's 3,000 salary, batting 5th, righty-lefty matchup. I like Ozuna tonight. Again, guys are going to be on for him. He was on a nice hitting streak before he busted it last game against the Giants. But if you look at that game log, it's looking pretty juicy for him. 5 spots, a really good spot in this lineup tonight. I expect him to do some damage as the Braves are projected to score a handful of runs tonight. Then my last play, going back to the Cardinals, Tyler O'Neill, a rare batting second tonight. He hasn't really I don't think he's batted second all year. Even against the lefty, he usually bats 5th or 6th. Love this value play, 2,700. Again, same reasons as Tommy Edman. If you want to stack all of these Cardinals, Edman, O'Neill, Paul Goldschmidt, Nolan Arenado, I don't mind, 1 through 5. Great spot tonight. O'Neill at 2,700 in the 2-hole is a really, really good value play, an even better value play than Tommy Edman just because he's $200 cheaper. That'll do it for this video, guys, tonight. Let's have a big Monday night. Let's ride into this week. Let's have a huge week. Give this video a like, guys. Until next time, I am the FT Guru, and I am signing off. Peace.